Hey guys, in this video I want to show you a riser block for the quick change tool post on the G0602. I made this once the CNC conversion was finished, and what it does is it replaces your compound with just a solid chunk of steel. Now the reason to do this is once you're converted to CNC, you don't really need the compound all that much, and on this lathe particularly, it's considered a weak point and allows for a lot of flex in the tool. So better to just get rid of it if you don't need it. Now, some of you may disagree and say you do want to keep it. That's perfectly fine. You absolutely do not need to do this step. The block itself is made out of mild steel. I think it's 1018. And you can see it's 2 inches tall. It's 3 inches deep. That would be the x-axis. And it is 4.72, almost 4 3/4 inches long. That would be the z-axis. The bolt holes on the top are drilled and tapped, they're drilled and counterbored for the regular size bolts that go on the compound, and I believe those are 10 millimeter. Of course, I had to buy longer ones. And then this hole for the quick change tool post is just a 1/2 inch 20. Now that's kind of an odd thread. You can buy taps in 1/2 inch 20. And the quick change tool post actually needs something a little bit larger. So I eventually have made my own stud. When I first did the conversion, I was just using a 4-inch long grade 5 bolt. And then I just recently made a stud, and there's flats on this. They're not in the drawing, but there's flats here so that I can grab it with a wrench and tighten it down into the block. And then I also made this nut, which I imported this design from McMaster and then just made a few changes to get it to work for my setup. So the whole thing together sort of looks like this, and the quick change tool post goes right there. So you can, my tool, so if you were looking at it from the top, if you were standing at the lathe, it would look like this. Now eventually my plan is to make a bigger version or a different version of this so I can set up a gang tool setup on the lathe. Maybe I would keep this and then I could probably get 2, maybe 3 tools over here. That's something that's going to happen down the road. Of course, I'll make a video when I get there. I have a little bit of footage of me making this. I'm going to start that right here up in the corner, but it's pretty boring because it's just facing and drilling a couple of holes, and then I hand tapped this one in the middle. I had footage, so I shot that footage quite a while ago. I just recently made the nut and the stud, and I shot footage of that, but my lens, I realized after the fact, was very dirty, and the footage all came out blown out, and you can barely tell what you're looking at. It's pretty bad. So I'm not going to show you any of that, but it's pretty basic, making a stud, a threaded stud and a nut. So not a big deal. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have actually seen some of this stuff. I think that is all. So pretty short. These models, this whole assembly will be on my GrabCAD account, link in the description. And also, I found out that a lot of people who even have Fusion are having trouble opening the Fusion files. So from now on, I'm going to also be uploading step files. And I've gone back and uploaded step files for my older designs. That way those of you who are using other CAD software or whatever can still open them. I may or may not include the Fusion file. I guess it wouldn't hurt. So anyway, yeah, check out the link in the description if you want to download these. And I guess that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.